today I am heading down to Cherryville, North Carolina to pick up the newest member of our family, which is a working line German Shepherd, an 8-week-old puppy named Ruger. So we're going to go down, pick up Ruger. We're going to get some camping in on the way, of course, and probably some fishing as well. And then tomorrow we're going to turn around and start heading back up north and probably do some more camping and maybe some more fishing. So stay tuned for that. First, we're going to run over to Ocean City, Maryland and pick somebody up in the airplane, and then we'll be hitting the road. All right, we are back. So we're gonna get this plane put away and we are gonna get on the road for North Carolina, see how far we make it tonight. We are on the road heading for first stop in King George, Virginia to get some cheap gas and probably a cup of coffee, hit Walmart real quick, and then we're gonna hit the road and head for the North Carolina border. Well, we made it to Virginia, so that's one state line in the bag. Now we're gonna stop and get gas, and then we're gonna drive the rest of Virginia tonight and crash once we pass the border. Well, now we're in an interesting predicament where I know my keys are in the car because it runs, but I cannot find them for the life of me. I'm trying to lock the door, so did I leave them in here? Question mark. Doesn't appear that way. There they are. Interesting. Could be worse. Could be way worse. Should have been worse, but we're in Virginia, so can't complain. It is just after 11 o'clock at night, and we are gonna stop here in about 20 miles for the night. We are actually gonna stop at a truck stop, a small local truck stop up here called Simmons Travel Center, and see if we can't find a spot to park for the night. All right, well, that truck stop was pretty full and actually kind of sketchy too. There was a lot of sketch balls just hanging around, and there wasn't really anywhere for me to park, so we're gonna keep on trucking. We're just crossing into North Carolina, so that's the Welcome Center, and while there's no overnight parking allowed, that sure is a lot of overnight parking. Look, there's a trucker with an RV on his trailer. So he is both an RVer and a trucker. So the rules don't apply to him. As many of you wise people on the internet might have guessed, we're staying at Walmart tonight. All right, we're shut down just after midnight here at the most luxurious campsite on planet Earth. Yeah. Wow. The fun parts of a truck camper is when you come in and everything is just all over the dang place. I didn't think I drove that bad, but apparently I did. I built this to not break my rods, and it looks like it's trying to break my rods. I'm not crazy and I'm not gonna sleep like this, but just want to show you guys the really cool thing about having a security camera on the outside of this camper with a monitor on the inside. It's pretty nice. So in the middle of the night, if I'm wondering who's outside, I just have to flip on the TV and I get to see this. That's the view with, it's an infrared, but that's the view right outside the door. The one part that I can't see out of. I have a window there, both sides. I could pop out the hatch if I wanted to. Can't really see out front, but I really can't see behind me. So if someone's knocking, I'll know who it is. Walmart cat. I will see you guys bright and early. Might actually not be bright out yet, but I will see you guys early and we'll continue on the journey, go do some fishing. Night, y'all. Well, good morning. It's 6 a.m. Walmart is open and it's time to go get some bait. Before we're gonna go in and get bait, I went to use the sink and it didn't work. And then I went to look at the fridge and it was off. TV doesn't turn on. No power whatsoever in this camper. Everything's dead. So that's our next mystery. What killed the power and how can we get it back online? So, yeah. All right, I've got the truck engine running, and that case in point is why we installed a battery isolator. Because if we didn't have the battery isolator and our RV battery is dead, then it would have taken the truck batteries with it and we would have been in some serious doo-doo. So yeah, that would have put us in a situation, but I think this will fix it. I just don't know how low we got the RV battery and if that's gonna do damage or not. But let's hop back there, see if it's charging, and then we'll go into Walmart, get some bait, and we'll hit the road. Well, it's charging, but none of my electronics work still. So I'm starting to think we actually have issues with the fuse box maybe, or my switch panel. All right, so I found the issue and it was a little bit more benign than I thought, but a little concerning still. So I bought a bunch of these switches when I built my switch panel, and I had one come out of the box working and then shortly thereafter stop working. So in my head today when the power didn't work and it wasn't a dead battery, I got to thinking, what could it be? Could it be my cheap Chinese switches? Could it be my cheap Chinese fuse box? Could it be any of the 100 ways that I've cut corners to save a buck? The answer was yes. It turned out to be just a switch. This is the master switch here. I unplugged that, plugged it into this replacement switch, and now it works. Yeah, everything's running now. Thankfully, that switch must have just recently gave out because we're at 46 degrees here, so our groceries are still fairly cold. We're gonna wanna cook that meat today, but cool. That was a side trip that I did not plan on. So we're gonna go into Walmart, get some bait, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, one more very important thing before we hit the road. I gotta make some coffee. While that's heating up, I'm gonna show you what I bought in Walmart. These are artificial baits that we're gonna try to use to catch some fish this morning. So they smell like to fish like real bait, supposedly, but they don't really spoil. So you can leave them in your tackle box, keep them around, and they'll last for a really long time. This is the night crawler, and I guess these are just crappy bites, so they're for these guys. I was put onto these by my cousin, who is an exceptional fisherman, and he says they work all right. So I'm gonna try these out this morning and see if we can catch anything. This morning we've got just about a 2.5 hour drive down to Lake Norman, North Carolina. So we'll drive down there, we'll get some fishing in this morning, and then after Lake Norman, it's 1 more hour to Ruger's house. So that's the plan for today. 3.5 hour drive total, but we're gonna be breaking it up with some fishing. So see if we can catch anything. All right, we just arrived at a state park on Lake Norman, North Carolina. So it looks really uppity, like people walking around in tennis clothes, and it doesn't seem like there's anybody else fishing here. But I'm gonna walk down to the water, see if there are any signs prohibiting fishing, and then we're gonna put a line in anyway, see what happens. Oh, this is beautiful. We'll start with these. The water here has this like really fine red silt. It's really slippery. We got him, boys. A little bit of kelp for dinner. So I'm sure at least one person out there is wondering why I'm driving all the way to North Carolina to pick up a dog and why we need a working line German Shepherd of all types of an animal. So a working line German Shepherd, for those of you who don't know, is bred for their behavior, their demeanor, for their intelligence. They're not bred for looks, they're bred for their brains, and their physical capabilities. So why would we need a working line dog? Well, the short answer is when this dog gets back to Maryland with me, it's going to start training with us to be a service animal, an official real life service animal, not just throw an Amazon vest on him and call him a service animal. So that's going to be the goal for Ruger. That's why we're driving down all the way to North Carolina to this specific breeder to get this specific dog. That's the short answer. There'll be a lot more to come on that. We'll have more content with Ruger, but that's the short answer for now, in case anybody was wondering. Coming for you, Ruger. Be right there. So do you think we cancel this guy out with what we're driving? I'm not sure what kind of miles per gallon that guy gets, but I'm getting 15.4, which is pretty dang good if you ask me. By the way, it's a scorching 80 degrees right now outside, gonna be a high of 85 today. So yeah, I didn't expect this. I guess being down south, I should have known better, but last night it was 66. We're kind of out in the boonies right now, so we must be getting close. I saw the sign for Cherryville, or the water tower that said Cherryville, so it's got all the makings of a small town area. All right, just about there. Yep, there we go. Look what we have here. We have Kate and baby Ruger. So met with the breeder, talked to her. She was great. And yeah, Ruger came off the porch, just jumped off the porch and did a somersault, landed on his face. Super cute dog. Really smart. Seems to be pretty potty trained at 7 or 8 weeks old. So I'm impressed. He's very smart, and now he's sleepy. So he's gonna sleep on my lap. We're gonna start driving, and later on I'll actually introduce Ruger to you guys. But for now, it's kind of been a packed 10 minutes for him. Hey, buddy boy. So this is Ruger, 8 weeks old, full of energy. We're chilling in the camper because in North Carolina they have a burger restaurant, like a fast food joint called Culver's. It's not only here, but it's like up throughout the northern part of the country and everything as well. We don't have Culver's in Maryland, so when in Rome, I was driving by and I saw the sign and I thought, oh, it's been a minute. So sure enough, pulled in, grabbed a butter burger, which is their like famous hamburger, and we're gonna crush that. Then we're gonna get back on the road, but gotta let Ruger get out and do something other than sleep. All right, so we got the butter burger, the classic deluxe butter burger. Looks pretty good, not gonna lie. We got the wavy fries, and we've got mostly unsweet with a dash of sweet tea. So let's do it. Now that right there, that's a unit if I've ever seen one. That is also the word of today. Might just be the word of the year. That's a good burger. Pretty good, pretty good. See you next time, Culvers. Back in Virginia, and Ruger just crossed his first state line. So I don't know if we should like take a picture or something. This is just about as far as we're gonna go for tonight. It's only, what, 5:20 right now, but it's been a long day for me and for Ruger, and I think we're both pretty tired. So we're gonna hit a campground that's about 40 minutes from here. It's called Rudd's Creek Campground. It's run by recreation.gov. So we're gonna crash there for tonight and maybe do some actual camping, like have a fire, cook some food, all that good stuff. First night out off the reserve, and we're going camping, so Ruger's in for a treat. All right, here we are, Rudd's Creek Campground. Well, we're finally in, and they loved Ruger. They were all over him. So, brownie points. Okay, Roogie Doogie, we made it. We are at our campsite for the night. Put it on. Suit up? No? Okay, I'll help you. All right, bud, you ready? Okay, come. Pulled into the campground today, and the camp host was very pleased to see Ruger, so she gave him a treat, or she gave me a treat to give to him. It's huge. It's like the size of his head. So we're going to give Ruger the very first part of a treat that he's ever gotten. So he's in for a treat. You know what this is, bud? Look. Not gonna lie, Ruger, I guess he's tired. He started doing the most. And I gave him food and he freaked out, crushed it, wanted more, walked all around. He's been wearing me out. So yeah, so that's what happened. I thought I'd be cooking dinner by now, but I've been on Ruger duty. So we're gonna get him maybe settled down a little bit and then hopefully make some ramen. That is the plan. But stick with us because I think he's tired. He's spazzing out. I'm sure it's been a long day for him. Has been for me as well. So you're literally destroying this place, Dark Knight. See? What is that? You did this. So Ruger has settled down just a little bit. It's probably not for good, but we've got a window here, so it's ramen time. We're gonna make a pack of instant ramen and add some meat and some mushrooms. Didn't plan very well and not very good at shopping. See that blue color there? See how it's turning blue? I know that seems strange to throw instant ramen in with sauteed mushrooms and sausage links, but there's a reason for that. And the reason is, now you can't say that I just went on a camping trip and made instant ramen for dinner. That would be lame, but I didn't do that, so can't say that. Alright, so we're all finished with dinner now, and I guess it's time for bed. Puppy's down and sleeping, and I don't really want to rock that boat, so I'm gonna say it's time for bed. Catch you in the morning. Well, good morning. Something different about the place that you might notice. The bed sheets are gone. No, that didn't just magically happen. That's because Sir Rugerson decided to take a leak on the mattress right next to my head, and I didn't catch it in time. So that was the 5 a.m. wake-up call, but I probably should have expected that. I blame myself. Hey, Rugerts. Hey, buds. Somebody was feeling left out. Wouldn't let me do anything, not even make a cup of coffee. So now you're hanging up here with me. You're gonna make the coffee. Dude is crazy about his food. Pretty nice campground though. Rudd's Creek Campground is what it's called. They've got all kinds of nice amenities. They got a shower house. They have tons of power capable campsites. Super quiet here. Like, I didn't even really see any other campers. I saw one group way off in the distance, but near me, everything was open. Really nice facilities. They got a boat launch. There's a lot of fishing here. So, would highly recommend. I just happened across this place as I just searched around on my way back to Maryland. So, 10 out of 10 would recommend. So we made it all the way back to Dahlgren, Virginia, which is not too far from home, maybe about an hour or so. And Ruger's been doing well. We just have one more quick pit stop to make, which is a stop in at University of Mary Washington. And reason for the stop there is we have a geocache to find, and we're gonna leave behind some stickers in that geocache. So yeah, I think the hint for this geocache, it's at University of Mary Washington parking lot in Dahlgren, Virginia, and it just brightens up the night. So there you have it. We're gonna leave some swag. We'll be on our way. Well, if this doesn't give it away, I'm not sure what will. That one's different than all the other ones because it's got a bow, and then if we look in here, got a pen, of course. We've got a penguin sticker, okay, a necklace, Native American Heritage Trail pin, a bouncy ball for good measure, some fish and other small objects, and a desiccant. So I'll put these guys back in. So we've got our signature there. I'm gonna throw some of these cool stickers in. I think he's had enough, but that's okay, because we are back. We made it back. So we are back in Maryland, back home. Ruger is happy to be here, is what he tells me at least. And now we're gonna unpack. So I'd call that mission success, mission complete. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. We're gonna be doing a little bit more maintenance on the camper, and so back to the kind of truck camper build type videos next time. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.